Hey, Facebook world. How's it going? Thank you guys for viewing Spilling the Tea. I'm Chasmar.
And I'm Jazzelle, bringing the topics you want to hear.
From the people you want to hear them from.
Yes, God.
Yeah, so how's everybody doing today? So this evening, well, this afternoon, we have today Todd, a.k.a. Peaches.
Yes, the rap maven himself, honey. Sitting right next to me. Yes, God.
And Taria, a.k.a. La Bella Vida.
She's been in the community, I said, what, since the 80s? I give you early 90s, honey.
80s?
Late 90s. She's been a fixture in our local ballroom community for a long time, giving me legendary status.
It's actually my ATP.
And she's also my best friend.
Yes.
And my partner in crime.
My started my ATP. I just don't know.
Oh, okay.
18. So give our audience a little introduction, like what it is that Peaches does.
Oh, okay. I'm Peach. I've been a part of the community for a long time, along with Talia. You know, I came out, what was it, like 07, I would say?
Was it? Maybe like 6
Was
somewhere?
it 6? All right, don't push me back no more years.
Let's say 7.
07, right? Yeah, it was like 07. I came into community through ballroom. I came in through the ballroom culture, so I was walking ball. Like my first gay event was a ball at Mocha. Like Mocha was a place to be for all the black girls back in the day, black gay girls back in the day. You know, I've been a part of the community for a very long time. I've been in tune with the community for a very long time. So you'll see me hosting events. You'll see me almost at every party or event or ball. If I'm not hosting it, I'll be performing, or I'm just there to support because I like being in the community. And I basically get along with everybody. You know,
You think so?
I'm just good.
Yeah.
I'm just good, honey. That's all.
Majority, I get along with all the children. You never really see me in the mix or fighting or doing nothing crazy, you know, because I don't have deep.
You're definitely positive.
Yeah, I don't really have, you know, beef or deep issues with people to the point where I'm gonna step out my character. Some people try to pull me there, but you know, they weren't worth going down that route for.
So when you first came on the scene, because you're Todd. To me, you're Todd. But back on the scene, you used to be Peaches. Peach, honey.
Which was totally different. Like, I mean, my appearance was different. I don't think I was different as a person. And y'all knowing me from back when I had weave in and nails out to here and lashes on my face was beat, and I was walking the street as a...
It was still the same person.
Yeah, it was still the same person. My voice wasn't different. I don't think... I mean, it was a time when I was thinking about going all the way with it when I was talking to you and Kyrie a lot about it, but it wasn't really a serious thought for me. So, like, I don't know. I wasn't a totally different person. I think just my physical appearance has grown into what it really should be. In my head, you know, back then I was just experienced. I came out when I was 13. I was in the mix when I was like 13, 14, you know, so I was still becoming a person and still trying to find myself.
I think it happens for a lot of LGBT youth. They come out and they see something, they think they want to be this.
Yeah, because I seen this bitch and I seen all of y'all with weave and all of this. I'm like, oh no, I want to be that. That's the girls that get life. All the girls with those ones over there. So I want to. My cup empty, y'all. Don't be expecting nothing to be in it.
Spilling the tea now.
I'm spilling the tea.
I wanted to say, hey, Janelle.
Hi, Janelle.
Hey, Anthony. Hey, Jamal. Thanks for viewing. And thanks, Jerry, for the compliment. Everybody liking the yellow.
Yes, I'm loving that bright yellow, honey.
You look like McDonald's.
Ronald McDonald?
Girl, I'm giving you very fast food teas today. But I wear it well.
So let's get to Talia over here.
Okay, so I'm Talia. Some of y'all know me as La Bella Vida, Leah, Pistols, things like that. I've actually been in the scene for March 3rd makes 18 years for me during my transition.
That's a whole adult life.
Literally. I actually started transitioning in high school. I was a freshman in high school. I just realized one day I just didn't feel comfortable anymore. I woke up one day and I was just like, I don't want to wear these jeans. I don't want to wear this shirt. I don't want to wear this sweater. So I was just like, talk to my mom and I said, Mom, so I don't want to go to school today. So she's like, why? I was like, well, I'm going to be a girl. So she pretty much didn't, she just looked at me like, well, what do you mean? So like, I need my hair done. So my mom actually, and Jazzelle knows this, my mom actually did my hair for the first time.
Girl, once you get your hair done
it was a mess. I was a mess. But I mean, I just felt so fab in the look and I just stuck with it. It just made me feel so comfortable.
That's some crazy support though.
It is. It's very crazy. Me and my mom, our relationship is rocky. We're up and down. Me and my mom, we're like this. we're so much alike that we just bump heads all the time. I was from the era of the girls that, in my transition, I was the youngest of the older community. Like I had girls like rest in peace Fatima, Alicia, the other girls like that were Kiki, the girls that were already established in that transition. So I was the era in that, and I was one of the new girls in there, and I basically didn't get any life from the girls. I had no friends. Basically, I was the one I was the ugly duckling. I was, oh, she's so ugly, or she's never going to amount to anything. She's never going to be real. She's always going to be ugly. That's what it was. I was
so
accused
you felt
of
like
being
you wasn't welcome into the community.
Exactly.
With open arms.
And I felt like girls. I felt like since the age of 15, so maybe at least 28, I was accused of wanting to be another person, and it's just sad because I feel like you can't criticize someone for being light skinned because that's not my choice. You know what I'm saying?
You said you was criticized for being light skinned.
Yeah, I feel like because another person that was a similar characteristic as being light skinned, no comparison, felt that I was basically trying to steal their look or attempt to be them as a person.
Why was there no comparison?
Because I don't look like her. She doesn't look like me.
Oh.
It's just simple as that.
Do you mind disclosing who that name is?
I mean, there's no names. I mean, the world that knows me knows who that person is. But I mean, it's just
because y'all do no shade. I'm not gonna lie.
It's
y'all
no
look
shade.
alike,
It's
and it's
no
not
shade.
trying to be funny.
There's no shade
Y'all,
at all.
I'm not saying
There's
you
no shade
ugly
at
or
all.
she's ugly or you look better than her or she.
But
I'm
it's
not
no
saying
shade.
that. It's no shade. Y'all favor each
I'm just
other.
not here.
Hi,
Because we're both
Khalid.
light skinned.
Hi, you're
That
not the rapper.
plays a big
That
role.
plays a part,
But that's not my. That wasn't my.
but y'all
choice, though.
got the same full face.
That
and-
wasn't my decision to be light skinned, though.
I don't think it was
y'all
y'all
favor.
decision.
So I mean, I just got that.
Y'all look
that
alike. I'm not
favor.
gonna hold you,
So-
and I'm gonna say the name.
Hi,
Crystal.
Joe.
Look
Yeah.
alike. Y'all look alike. That's
You know
not
what we talking
trying to
about, right?
shade.
Yeah.
I,
Okay.
she been my best friend for a long time. I know exactly what
Right.
we're talking about.
Who is she? We're
So
talking
maybe
about
Do you
Crystal.
say? Do you say they look
We're
alike?
talking
What
about
do you say?
Crystal.
Now, why would you put a name out there like that?
Janelle asked.
It's Crystal, and that's not. We're not saying
There's no
anything
shade
bad
or
about her.
anything.
No, it's
Nobody
not.
said.
They
Nobody
favor.
said she was
Up and
ugly.
down. It's
Nobody
like,
said
my
nothing
life, like I
about
said,
her.
my life.
Hi,
But-
Yana.
Y'all do look alike. Do you think they look alike as her best friend? What do you think?
I don't.
I think they favor.
They favor each
I think
other.
they favor, and there's no
They
shade.
favor because they're light skinned.
No, that's not the only reason why they favor. They both
Hey,
have a
Destiny,
little
hey,
bit of
and,
eyes.
This show is not about who favors who and who do
But
what.
we
We're
just
talking
got
about
into
boys
that.
and
Jones,
girls, and I'm not about to
look
think
like
about
But no,
Crystal.
I
boys.
just feel like that's pretty much it was. I didn't
Hey,
have
Paris, I see
the best
you.
acceptance of the barbering community, the barbering community, yes. The gay community in Rochester, no. I pretty much got a better scene from the regular scene, like maybe the stuff scene. I started focusing myself more towards that because I didn't have any gay friends. You know, so it just pretty much I was like, I have no gay friends.
But when you came out, like, was it just the whole straight thing, or
No, when I first came out, I did have a treat. That's when me and Latrice was like best friends.
So when you saying
we was like 15.
So
We was
when
like
you
best friends.
first when you got a taste of the girls, it wasn't enough. It was
Actually, when I got a taste of the girls, it was just so messy for me, and
So
I just
messy,
had
so you
to
kinda like
I had to
rebel
take
out
myself
into
away from the
something
situation because
different.
I just couldn't take it because there was a lot of the girls was, prostitution and stealing cars and stuff like that, and I just wasn't I just wasn't a part of it. So I just kept. I was in school, so I was only a freshman in high school, so I wasn't around for any of that stuff. So I didn't know anything about that, and I wasn't on the scene like that. So I just distanced myself from everything, and I felt to me that was the best move for me.
But how do you feel that? Because I feel like a lot of times I'm as a trans woman sometimes, I think that sometimes meeting people who are negative, it makes you better.
Mm-hmm.
That makes you stronger. Do you
Exactly.
feel that
I feel like I've learned a lot. I feel like I learned a lot and grew a lot on my own versus me and the scene or the community alone. Because I feel like I taught myself everything that I need to know or done the things that I've accomplished in my life and in my transition that I feel like I've learned all of that on my own.
And it was different, honestly, when our generation came out. Like, we was probably after y'all, like a generation after y'all was like the Me, Bad Boys, Alanas, Mahogany's,
Yes,
Jimmy's,
it's gonna be
all of us. We came out together. And we had y'all, like we had
Right.
Kiki's and Talia's and
Bye-bye.
all of
Right.
y'all to go to that was already going through what we went through to come to y'all and to get advice.
Hi,
on
Keem. Hi.
So-
all of that.
So as you guys can see, and with the conversation, we do have two figureheads from our community that have not only played a role in the community, but they've actually grown and they've. Today is going to be coming up in the new generation versus the old generation.
What's different? what is the difference and how it was, what are the negatives, what are the positives, and stuff like that. And we want to look to you guys to give us a kind of elaboration of that. But viewers, I know you're tuning in, want to tune in. You can ask any questions you like to our two guests.
Okay, ask the questions. We like questions.
Yes, questions. Q&A.
We're gonna give y'all the honest answers now.
Okay, so as far as because you guys kind of gave a background as far as coming up and coming out, and how was that for you guys as far as coming out? Because I know, like you said, as far as you coming out, you came right into it with the hair and getting done and whatever, but you kind of came out in a different light. Even though you did have the hair and stuff going on, you had transitions while you were coming out, like you were figuring out Peach.
Right. I wrote my mom a letter when I was 13, and I was at Mocha that summer at that mini ball, and I was like, oh, this is where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? This is where I want to be. I felt comfortable. I remember it was a specific girl there. I'm not gonna say her name, but she was like stuffing heels on my feet. She was like, bitch, you're about to walk. Put these heels on, and you're about to go out there. And I just felt it like when the first time I walked, everybody gave me life. Like I was like, oh, this is where I was. And I kid you not, ever since then, I was going to Mocha every day. So Mocha was a big part of me coming out. Like it was really easy for me to come out. Like it was not a difficult thing. It wasn't a struggle. My mom, as all of y'all know, because well, you probably don't know my mom, but Talia knows my mom and Chasmar knows my mom very well, was always very supportive. Like she was buying my weave and buying my lashes. Hey, Miss Cynthia. So she was always very supportive for me. So it was never a difficult, damper thing for me to come out. And then I had, like I said before, I had so many people in the community who was like, okay, I never really got negative responses from people in the community. Like Talia, all the girls who really got like Kiki, God bless her soul, all of them really lived for me. So I was just like, a lot of people took me under their wing. And
with that being said, do you feel like with coming out and coming onto the scene, do you feel like there were people that you felt comfortable running to?
Yeah.
As far as getting an influence, because both you guys kind of stated that you had support at home, which is great and awesome. Not everybody has that.
Right.
But as far as being in the community, you can't go to your mom. You can't go to your mom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Not all of us have that, because I know when I came out, my mother kicked me out. And
See,
I was
that's
on my
what
own.
everybody's
the
story
same
is
story.
different.
The same story.
See, but I mean, as you can vouch for, it was always like, we always was at your grandma's house staying the night, so you always had a car. I always could call Kiki, Talia, Chasmar to come get me from wherever I was going. You know what I'm saying? Like I never really had problems with running to people, and even in the community, I was still like 14, 15. Y'all was, 35 and stuff like that.
Not 35.
You throwing shade with?
But no, so I felt for me too. The only thing I had at the time, was a best friend, Tanya, at the time.
Yeah.
Me and Tanya was best friends for 12 years. Me and her, literally, it was crazy. I would literally leave my house, girl, call each other, what you doing, girl? Meet me. I would go to her house on Monday and not leave Tanya's house till maybe next Thursday. We literally, my mom.
You guys were friends for 12 years?
12 years. That's my best friend for 12 years. That's how I met you.
Hi, Carly.
12 years. That was.
I did not like you when I met you.
Well,
we had our ups and downs. We did.
That mouth was crazy.
That was.
That mouth was crazy.
And when Charmaine came out.
But that was my best friend for 12 years.
But when I met Talia, I wasn't really in the community when I met Talia.
Because she was I
hung around someone.
Me and Tanya was best friends. So Byron, we always be there. So it's Byron. He had Chasmar and Lorenzo,
right.
And other friends. So he always come over, be spending the night. So we all be up in there what y'all doing? Or they, be in there talking junk to them, whatever.
I'm so jealous of
and
that.
we thought we talking junk. Chasmar was saying so. Me and Chasmar would get into it when he come over there because we always go.
But that's why I want different too. You feel like being kind of the older generation. Very in their 40s. Do you think that?
She's my best friend for 13 years, so that makes her 41.
I'm a good. Anyway, no. Do you think that from you, from you, what you said earlier about the negative connotation about hanging around the girls when you first came out, whatever? Do you think that kind of, made you stronger? But do you feel like that made you kind of abrasive to other people and your actions? Because there's people who could say that they met you and you could be like, Talia's a bit much to take.
Right. And I would stand by that 100%, 100,000 million%. Because the point about it is me meeting someone new. I can meet a person today and realize, I don't like her. Or I don't really see it for her. Like, me and her we can see that we won't get along. And I'm not going to sit here and waste my time with you because I could, like, And I'm just going to give you that. Like, you know, firsthand, like, me, we didn't get along. Like, when I meet someone at first, I'm like, I'm not good at meeting new people. Because I feel like I don't know how to perceive, because the new people that I met in my generation from my transition, it always was, you know, so I felt like, is that what these girls about to give? They about to give the same thing as the girl I'm going to give? Let me get in the defense right now. You know, let me already put my guard up. Let me already get her ready to check her. Because, so is that.
I'm sorry.
No, what?
To piggyback off of what she said, I get that a lot about Talia too. But I'm always in defense mode about you because I know you all the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people, it's a lot of young trans girls with me, because, you know, I made it a point to be all up in the young girls business because that's just an interest of mine. I'm interested in all the young girls coming up because I had that from y'all. Like, we was all in tune, so I want to be in tune with the younger generation too. So I chill and I'm on a personal level with all of them, and a lot of girls be like, because I ask them about y'all, you know, and I get a response from Talia, like, you come off a bit
like a bitch.
Standoffish
and abrasive. Like, they be like, oh, Talia just look like she mean, and she don't really care. Or
but see, that's what everyone says I look like, but the people that actually know me, we've been friends for years and years and years on end. You feel what I'm saying? So the point about I might look mean, but that's just how my face is. I actually
How do you feel about the newer generation of girls? I can drop some names.
I got a comment.
Okay.
I got a comment on here.
For you.
Jamal says, Talia, who do you get along with? Laugh out loud. I mean, I love you, but I know how to respond to you.
Who's Jamal that?
I don't know. Jamal, respond. Elaborate.
Jamal
Jones.
Yeah.
Jamal Glasses. Yeah.
Whatever, Jamal. Like,
I mean, I guess he's one,
like,
one of those people who just know who you are.
We
know
the thing about it is, when you know me, you already know what I give. You already know, like, the thing about it is I love a strong person. If I detect you're weak, automatically I'm gonna know right then and there that you can't even defend yourself in anything. So I'm automatically gonna know, like, girl,
you're not my type of
person.
person.
Yeah, it's not even. It's a waste right now. It's not for me to stand up to you. Like, I'm somebody that can defend it. Mind you, if you can't get, I'm the worst thing that you dealt with. Like, you, oh my gosh, she's just so, and I'm the worst thing for you. Then you really have no hope.
So what, you feel
anywhere.
like you're making them better?
Yes. Tough love.
Tough love.
Because think about it, I can be strict on anybody. Go ahead.
Do you have an interest in being because I feel like just because you're a trans girl, you do not have to be catapulted to that position to, like, want to move the trans community or be, you know, an inspiration to all the younger trans growing up. That's not something you have to do. Do you have an interest in?
I actually do have an interest in the younger girls. I actually do. The thing about it, I actually do love the younger girl, the younger generation. Like, what Jazzelle never tell you, I'm the first person that ever put her in a wig. So, and that was the first.
And I can see that.
And you know, like, I love that.
No, I can
45 years ago, since I'm 40, right? But, you know, I just love it. Like, I just think about it. Like, I'm a good judge. Like, even my daughter Bianca and Kimber, like,
that's what I'm saying.
Like, with them, like, it's just like, well, I can look at you and be like, okay, I see where this is going. I want her. You know what I'm saying? Like, it felt like that. Like, even with you, back when we was at Mother's Day, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we had it together. Like, that's how I felt like.
Because there's a lot of girls out that are so sickening to me, and they need so I mean, it's different for me to come into the girl's life, but when you have a trans woman to lead another trans woman, and they can look up to that trans woman and see how they got to where they are with titties on their chest and hip and hair, you know, and keeping a lash and nails, it's simple stuff. Having someone to help you out with those simple things, I think a lot of trans girls can benefit.
But I also want
to
add, you know, big tits and hip.
That's true.
All
you hit that right on the nail.
And long hair and nails and lashes, all that's fine. Some girls get that. But just because you're a trans woman does not mean you have to be that way.
Exactly.
You're a woman. So first. So at the end of the day, you could be whatever kind of woman you want to be. You don't have to be that Barbie doll look. You know what I'm saying? I stress that when I meet the young girls.
And that's important.
To me, I feel like
that's
why I feel like a lot of the younger girls coming up, even me and Kari, we reach out to the younger girls, the younger generation, like, oh girl, you know, like, to help the girls out. The girls felt like, oh, they're better than us because, oh, we're doing this, we're doing that. So that's why we never got along with the younger generation. Right. Well, the working girls, as they call them. Like, we never got along with them. We get along with them one by one. Like, I will see one of the girls.
What does that mean?
What?
The working girls.
Oh, sex working girls, like prostitution.
Okay. Just for anybody that don't know the language.
We have a quick question for you from Remy.
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 Hey, Remy, how's it going?
Hi, Remy. Talia, is there any advice that you would give trans youth who might struggle with support or acceptance from other trans women or even cisgender people? being
Definitely.
straight?
Okay, good question. I actually would. The thing about it is, what I would offer is because, well, I had the support at home, but then I mean, my mother, she couldn't teach me a lot of things that I need to know as a trans woman or in the gay community. So I would talk to her about things, but also, I did have a gay mother. Recipe Tiki. I really did that. But pretty much my thing is, what you want for your transition, you need to know what it is that you want to achieve from this. Where you're going, where do you see yourself is the biggest thing. You need to know where you're going. Your 5-year goal is very, 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 very important. You need to know where you want to be within the next 5 years, and you need to work towards getting that. And you have to make sure you're doing it for the right reason. Don't do it for the attention because someone say, "Oh, you're sickening," or or your body's over, or you're real. That's not a reason to do it. You know, do it for the reason because when you look in the mirror and you just the person that you see in the mirror is not the same person that you see in your head. You know what I mean? So you gotta look in the mirror. You can sit here and say, you're dressed up like a boy.
Cheers to that, honey.
You know, that's my biggest thing. That's my biggest thing in life right there. So just make sure you're doing it for all the right reasons. And we're going to do it for all the right reasons. And no, my biggest thing is, I don't seek the validation or looking up. You can look up to any of the older girls, but make sure the girl that you're looking up to has something that you're trying to progress for. So if you see a person that has her own house, a sickening car, you know, she's in a career, she has her life together. That's somebody to model yourself about. Not somebody that has a 38 D-cup breast or a fatty and she's traveling in and out of state, because at the end of the day, anyone can do that. But where you really going to be happy doing that, you didn't accomplish anything for that. So pretty much just know what you want to do in life and aim for it. That's my biggest thing.
And a quick ad from Remy, and I'm glad Remy that you brought this up. She said, I asked because when I was coming out, there wasn't a lot of support and just a lot of shade thrown instead, and I feel like that is very true. And I'm gonna ask you, do you feel?
I agree with that 100%, Remy.
Do you feel, because it happened to you, but do you feel like you've done it to other younger girls? Do you consider the girls who may not have no work, who may not be on their hormones for whatever reason? It could be financial because they don't have the access to the services. Do you look down on them?
No, I don't look down on the younger girls.
You throw shade?
I mean, I throw shade to everyone, so that's not because of younger girls. Because you don't have, just because you don't have a breast doesn't mean that. Because actually, the younger girls that come up at Mocha, the newer girls, I actually enjoy some of the newer girls because they're so fresh, they're so new, and an empty slate, and they are not brainwashed by the society or what the other girls have put in their mind. So I actually love that. I prefer meeting a girl that's just came out yesterday than a girl that's been out since last week. You feel what I'm saying?
One thing that I kind of want to add, like, things are kind of different nowadays. I feel like back in the day when I was coming out, when Peach was coming out, you know what I mean, when we were coming out, there was a lot of people. Yeah, it was back in the day, girl.
A few years ago.
No, it was 2008 when I came out.
Yeah, it's about 6, 7. We ain't even hit a decade yet.
It's there. It's there. Yeah, you're an older girl.
No, I'm not.
But I feel like back in the day, we had different people that played a part in different people's lives. You know what I mean? Like, it's a bunch of people that you would hear say the word Kiki. You know what I'm saying? It was a bunch of people that you would hear say different names within the community. I don't know if we get that anymore.
We don't.
It's not nothing to look up to no more. I feel like as if right now, during my transition, it was a lot of older girls like Fatima, recipes Fatima. Like, that was my mom's friend. So I met Fatima through my young years, you know, and I was always asking my mom, like, you know, because I just didn't know. Like, I knew, but I just didn't know, like, oh my God, like, she has this body and these big old, like, she was like, Fatima was like a sweetheart. Like, that was like my first guy. Like, she told me one day, she's like, if you ever need anything, just call me. And we talked about it, and she was like, you just tell your mom, like.
And the girls won't do that nowadays. Like, if you ever need anything, just
the
call
girls,
me.
the girls won't help you out.
I help everybody out, and I stand by that. Whether it be you needing a place to stay, whether it be you needing a ride, and you can reach out to anybody in this community amongst us, and I've helped them out in a way because I really genuinely don't want to see a girl on the street, or I don't want to see them not having a ride to where they need to go.
Back in the day, as far as my experience, because I came out a little older, you know what I'm saying? I was at the 18 mark when I came out.
You was giving Trey before?
No.
I tried it.
He was giving that.
I tried it when I came out. I tried it. It really wasn't
before Chasmar was poppy. He was giving that.
Yeah, because, you know, I wanted to be a girl. I wanted to be a girl, so I tried it for a second.
Yeah.
But as far as coming out, I kind of came out with younger girls. So as far as offering advice, I could never really offer advice as far as, the gay world, because I was still kind of learning, but I could offer advice as far as the real world. And
pretty much,
I never shied away from anybody. I was always there to offer advice, offer help, let them know the different services that I took advantage of
You
coming
always
up.
gave us a job.
Always. I always offer girls the jobs, different
when
things like that.
I try to offer girls jobs all the time, and girls like, girl, whatever. I don't want.
I feel like nowadays though, the
girls just don't. They don't have the drive no more.
They don't see
and
it.
it's too much pride. I think a lot of girls got a lot of pride. They don't want to come to another girl and ask them for certain stuff. And like you said, they just don't see it. Like a lot of girls really don't see it. Like they just
don't see it.
Like they do not utilize a lot of things amongst this community that they can utilize. Like back in the day, we were at Mocha, honey. It was packed at Mocha every day. We was utilizing every service, every what was the little meetings, the groups that
right.
we
I just
had.
felt like the girls would have the
all
computers there, but they would use it for like BGC, Facebook, and things like that instead of a job application
They don't
or a
utilize-
college application. I feel like they really utilize their sources. They just pretty much.
Did you have
Like I know somebody, girl.
Yes, I
know
did.
so
You had a
many girls.
BGC?
BGC
Well,
was
I
like
did
that back in the day.
Back in the day.
Yeah, I visited.
Everybody
I
did one of them.
visited
Let
BGC
me hear
after
back
I
in the
filled
day.
out my job application and after I was taking the group to learn how to do an interview. That's when I went on BGC. I always made sure my stuff was right.
Hey Kwame, hey Tyrone, hey Carly Red, thanks for viewing. Hey Jalen, if you still viewing.
Hi, Bianca.
Hey
Carly
Bianca.
Red, Bianca.
Bianca, where you at? I don't hear you saying nothing.
I know. She be the first one to
She's
say
at
it.
work.
here.
She's at work. She said she's gonna stop by.
She should have been up here. No
She's
shade.
at work. She's at work.
I've always respected her her transition because
Who,
she's
Bianca?
one of the girls that I've seen all the way from Emmanuel to Mercedes to Bianca now. You know what I'm saying? I've seen the
Yeah.
whole
Yes. The transition,
the whole
so
thing.
it's so respectable. Like my girl is doing her thing. I respect it.
And
Live wire?
actually, me and Eugene actually fell out because of her. That's why me and Eugene fell out because of Bianca. We didn't talk for
Where did
like
they get
10
it?
years. Because at the time, because I told Eugene, I was like, I see like Bianca and Kimber. I was like, yo, I think Bianca like at the time, I think like everything. Like I was like, let's put her in drag, and he no, like it pretty much like it was a no segment. So I felt like he didn't. Basically, it was like that was the thing. So I felt like I seen so much hope in her and so much strength. So I felt like Bianca was somebody I wanted under my wing. So I reached out to her, and then ever since then, that's been my daughter. It's been like 10 years now. You feel what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't see it for Bianca at first.
I did. From the
I
beginning,
didn't
I
see
did.
it for her.
I did
Like,
from the beginning.
I didn't see it like I seen it at bars. When we would go to bars and she would walk
And she'd be
face
done.
and she would be done. That's when I would
That's
see it.
what
But when
Bianca
she
did.
started
Bianca's a
coming
young
around,
girl.
when she
Bianca's an
started-
over-the-top girl.
Yeah,
Bianca
when
will
she
be
started
done
coming
for
around
the
the
grocery
local just
store.
in her shirt and her wig, I was like, oh no, I don't
Bianca
see
be
it
done
no
up for the
more.
grocery store.
But at
That's
a
what she
ball,
gives. She's a much
I
girl. She
would
gives
be
it.
like,
Well, I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like Bianca gives girl. You know what I mean? Like she gives. You know what I mean? Like
Sex.
I want to be.
She gives
but
sexy.
I like to be. I
Bianca's
like to be
sexy.
natural.
That's
She
what
like to
it
be
is.
comfortable. She like to still be. You know what I'm saying? Like
One
a
thing
real
that-
girl would.
She gives like that sexy. That's why
You know
she
what I mean?
always
But when
done.
she goes
She
out,
get like
she
the big
goes
hair,
out.
the
One thing I
makeup,
can't respect
the
her
boobs out all the
for-
time. That's just
Hi,
sexy.
Janelle.
it's coming from an era where it was like the tea, like you didn't tell nobody your tea back in the day. Like you was like, oh, I want to be a real girl. I want to be fish. Bianca was a girl back then who was still proud to be a trans. She was like, oh, girl, I'm gonna be proud to say I'm a trans girl. I'm
that's
never
what
gonna
kinda
hide the
shifted
fact that
and
I'm a
kinda
trans
changed.
girl.
Remember
So I
Hey,
always
Candy.
respected her for that as well. Like she never, even back in the day, like we came from an era where real was the goal. You couldn't get spooked. If you got spooked, you wasn't good enough. And now it's not like that. It's like you be proud to be a trans woman.
Right.
You set your own
People
gender.
are accepting their skin
Bianca
now.
been on that wave. She's been
You
like
accept
a
your
girl.
skin now, and it's
Yeah.
just pretty much that thing. A lot of people were nervous because they didn't know what the community was going to give. They
Yeah.
felt like, oh, they find out my tea. But you just live your life. Like, I really don't care. If you feel like I'm comfortable where I am, and I'm doing this is my truth, then they know if they don't know. It doesn't really
Just
matter.
be happy who
Because at the
you
end of the
is.
day, any girl can tell you that when you look your worst is when you get the most life. Nobody wants anybody that's put together.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So you see the girls that's done all of like, oh my gosh, she's so bad. She's sitting here at home by herself eating chips, watching movie nights on Fridays. But you see the girl that's looking like this rug right here, and she out here lapped up
Not
in the
this
Benz.
rug.
And it's
You know
so
what I'm saying?
easy to forget what your real face look like
Right.
nowadays because girls beat like drag queens on a
All the
daily
time.
basis. So I mean, it's nice to see a girl who's confident, wash face, you know what I'm saying, and don't have a pile of makeup on. You don't have to worry.
What's her
about
name
that.
gives that? And I
Cool.
think what's her name? The one that used to chill with Carly Red, the skinny one.
Bambi?
Bambi.
India?
Bambi does give that.
She gives very
Bambi
washed
always
face.
had a really
I
sickening
don't
face
know
though.
her.
You know
She
Bambi.
too.
Real
You know
tall,
Bambi.
skinny,
Real
brown
tall.
skin.
Real big
I
lips.
think if I
The
see
real
her,
big
I got
lips,
it.
Something like
yeah.
her. And she always had a sickening mug though. Her mug always.
She
been
looks fishy.
attracting me.
She looks fishy to
Do
me.
you guys feel some kind of way towards the people who shy away from the LGBT community? Who did both come in and come out?
Like you mean better
what?
than T's?
Yes.
But they're LGBT.
With the LGBT.
I mean, I'm not a fan of those girls. Like, I don't really coincide with those girls because, like, I'm on the other side of the fence. I'm so proud to be gay, and it's some girls that I don't like amongst the community, but that's not going to make me shun out the whole community of gays. And like, I honestly feel like a lot of girls do that. Like, it's a certain type of gay that girls could deal with. You know what I'm saying? Once you're too feminine,
definitely.
or you too ratchet, or you like to twerk a little bit, or you smoke a little weed. Once you get into all of that, you know, if you're loud and you say yes, or if you like to Vogue, or if you like to go to bars, girls just want to shun those type of gays out. And I'm not with it, girl. I don't even associate with those type of gays. Like,
yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. But I feel like it's not like it plays a part or anything like that, but it kind of does. We do have, you know, some gays that would interact with me or you because we know how to conduct ourselves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we do have gays that shy away from the actual scene because we got, you know, girls that like to show out.
And fight and be loud and carry on.
Yeah, I think
definitely.
I think the girls do like to show out a little bit, but I don't think that's a reason to shun them out or make them seem like that type of person because
it's like typecasting.
on the
So
right day, we could be
that.
caught. You know, somebody hit you, come up and, you know, trigger that right moment that day. You may swing back. Like, I'm not with shunning girls out because they happen to be fighting. We do have girls who consistently fight. I'm not making an excuse for fighting. I don't condone violence and fighting. But I don't think that's a reason to shun out people. It's enough people shunning us out already. We can't be gays shunning out other gays. Especially that just don't make sense to me. Like, feminine, masculine.
But sometimes you just don't want to be around the loud.
And I'm not
saying
saying that you have to infuse your life and be a part of anybody. You don't have to do that, but you don't got to shun people out, and you can allow people to wear what they want to wear and be who they want to be. If they're a little bit louder and a little bit more flamboyant, respect them for that, speak and be cordial and keep it moving. You don't have to be like, oh, I don't do them, or act above thou when you get around them. Like, some girls be tooting their nose up like they sit at the Met Gala with Anna Wintour. And they, you know what I'm saying?
Be honest.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not that type of girl. I accept everybody. You feel what I'm saying? I chill with everybody. You know, I can mix in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? I love my ratchet girls too. You know what I'm saying? But I really don't. I'm never with the girls that want to fight, that want to, you know what I'm saying? And I say it to them all the time on a regular basis. I'm not with stuff like that.
But you don't go around them once y'all happen to be in a room together and completely disrespect and disregard. You don't do that.
Shun
You're
girls
cordial
out.
with them. It's a lot of people that be, a lot of girls, different type of girls are starting to come to 140 on the weekends. It's a lot of people. I'm shocked at how many people starting to come out to the bar because it's a lot of girls younger and older that's being in one room together.
That shouldn't even be there.
Okay, child, we're not going to speak on that because I was one of those 14-year-olds with my favorite.
Yeah,
okay.
You was in mothers and
Okay.
you was in mothers and everything.
We did do that.
But, you know, it's a lot of girls that's starting to be in one room together, and I like that. Like, you don't go around and once you happen to be in a room with a girl who happened to fight last week, you don't, you know, shun them out. I don't.
Yeah, I still kind of chill with.
You speak and we'll have a drink and cheer. How you been? What's up? You know, and keep it moving.
Cause we do have, you know, what I mean, we our crowd is kind of ratchet.
It
you know what I'm
is.
saying? So.
You think so?
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say 75%.
And I feel like that's why I really don't come out.
Hi, John.
That's why I don't come out. I feel.
That's what
I feel like I really stay at home because I really feel like I don't have nothing to prove. Like, mind you, like, I done been there to where everybody, like, I done been there when the girls is fighting. I done been there when the girls is acting up a fool. And yes, and it's cute to be like, oh, girl, they about to box, they about to fight. And it's cute to be like, okay, let's watch this. But there's so much going on right now. You never know what this girl about to pull out. You feel what I'm saying? And you never know what's the next move. And I feel like I don't even want to waste my time watching these girls fight. Like, this is a waste.
Right, but as someone that, and this goes for you too, for someone that has been in this scene for quite some time, and for someone that also, in the same breath, has also said that you've had someone to run to. You've had someone to run to. You feel what I'm saying? You don't feel like we need to play a role in influencing these girls to go the other route? Because I see with the newer generation, this is all I see from like the girl CJ, from, you know what I mean, the Chai Light girls. You know what I'm saying? All of the girls do is post on Facebook, you know what I mean, me fighting someone, or me having a beef with someone, or me antagonizing someone. Like, you know, and I've, on multiple occasions, you know, I've been on someone post like, you know, you gotta chill. Like, why?
Right.
What's the point?
I've had those conversations with people. I'm not gonna vouch off of what Talia says. She is one of the girls who kind of pull back, because you know what I'm saying, and don't come around and don't really even itch to go towards the girls who act that way. But me, I can say that I do. I mean, I honestly think that personally, I can't stop a fighter from fighting, and I'll be damned if I get in between two people and I'm ripping them apart. They bloody, they sweaty.
Yeah.
I mean, little old Peach, I can't do much, and I'm not about to do that and try to be in the middle of someone's fights. I'll try to diffuse it as much as I can, as much as I'm comfortable doing. Chill out. That's all I'm not about to make it a point to stop violent people from being, you know what I'm saying?
Speaking of that, I'm gonna go into you.
Yeah.
Right? So, you're right though. It's never our responsibility. I have jumped into fights, like breaking girls up at 140. Like, y'all gotta chill, you know what I'm saying? And stuff get out of control, you gotta step back and just let them fight. You know what I'm saying? But do you also think, with you being, you know what I mean, because you are a leader in this community, you know what I mean? You say something on Facebook and people will listen, people will stop, and people will follow whatever it is that you give. Do you think that it's appropriate to, you know, post these fights and let people know that my community is giving this?
This is what's happening. I'm not here to censor my life, my social medias, anything for other people. I'm sorry. This is what's happening. This is our community. This is what's really happening. And if people want to look at it from a comedic level, if they want to look at it from a social standpoint or a political, I don't care how they want to look at it. I'm going to post what I want to post on my Facebook, my Snapchat, my Instagram, and whatever else I decide to download on my phone. I'm going to post. This is what's happening. I mean, what do you want me to censor it out and not post it? What is not posting going to do?
If you're going to preach saying that you don't want the girls to fight, then you shouldn't be posting stuff on Facebook.
I'm not preaching, but I'm not preaching saying I don't want the girls to fight. I can't control the girls, and I'm not going to try to control adults. These are still adults. There's still people who can get into the bar. And even if they're 17, they're adult enough to walk their behind, get into the car with adults, and get to the bar and get a fight. I work, I'm a student full-time, I work full-time, I work overtime, over full-time, I travel, and I'm 23 years old still trying to live my life. I don't have room to control other people's lives. So if they want to be violent at the club and I happen to be there,
you're showing
I'm not here to be a security on Steve Wilkos. I'm not about to break y'all up. I'm still here at the bar and enjoy my drink and chill with my people and go home. I'm still young and that's what I'm here to do. I'm not here to, and yeah, if I see someone acting a fool, and I find it funny or I find it interesting and I happen to pull my phone out and pull my Snapchat out, I don't think that's me condoning violence or me condoning people acting a fool.
You don't think social media has a big part in playing a part of perpetuating the violence in our own local community?
I think it does, but it doesn't make me the villain. You don't think by
you posting a video, that don't add to that? By you sharing stuff and getting it out there and seeing people create a negative aspect of what our community is?
I put positive stuff on there too. I put what's happening in our community. Okay. I put the negative, I put the positive, I put the funny, I put the sad, and I put the happy.
You make it real.
I make it real. That's what's happening. 2 weeks before that, I was at the Paul site in Orlando where everybody died, and my Snapchat was sad. And after that, I came back to Rochester, and the Rochester Queens wanted to act a fool, and I put it on
think
Snapchat.
It's kind of.
It's just what's happening in our community.
I think it's kind of.
I don't think that makes me a villain.
I think it's kind of sad though that because just like Peach is bringing up how he went to the post site and and before we got on live, we kind of had a discussion about you visiting and you've seen a lot of people there. A lot of people were crying. A lot of people were sympathetic, and you know what I mean. A lot of people lost family members. You know what I mean, during something. You know what I mean, during a club event where people should be having a good time, and it's our people,
right.
And we can't go to 140 and just have a good time. You know what I mean? A little bar like 140, we can't just go there and enjoy a good time with our peers, with our people. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm an advocate for LGBT. Yeah, I have a company, Black Crown Entertainment, and I like to preach towards the black LGBT because that's mainly my crowd. That's who I fight for. But I'm pro-LGBT.
Right.
That's what I get. I just don't see that. I just don't like that the girls act out like that. You know what I mean? And a few of the girls kind of hit me up after there was a recent fight that happened at 140. A lot of the girls were showing out. And it's mainly for no reason. It's always for no reason. It's always for no reason. and the girls be fighting over boys and a bunch of stupid stuff.
Because they have too much to prove. That's why I feel like that's why I just don't understand. Like, at the end of the day, a lot of the girls, you feel like you're in your transition in the beginning, she's in her transition in the beginning. Like, what is y'all fighting for? Because somebody said something about you on Facebook, girl. People say something about people all the time on Facebook.
But back in the
like,
day,
it's really not that serious.
Back in the day,
I just stay home.
Back in the day when I came out, I didn't like Peaches. My crew, she had her crew. We didn't like Byron, all of us. You know what I mean? And we all the best of friends now.
But why did you like Peaches?
I think it was more.
Peaches was. I wouldn't say she was stuck up, but before I got to meet Peaches, Peaches was like this. You know what I'm saying? Her head was in the sky, and you couldn't tell her nothing. And I didn't like that. And I think it was more of intimidation than anything. You feel what I'm saying? Because ultimately, Peaches was the influence for me coming out the way I came out. You know what I mean? When we seen Peaches and the rest of them hit the floor, and they was just confident, and you couldn't tell them nothing, and then when they got off the floor, they walked right by you with their heads up in the sky, and they didn't care nothing about the next bitch in the room. You feel what I'm saying? But our definition of shade and what we wanted to give is we wanted to see that bitch on the floor.
We wanted to really...
Right, we wanted that language.
We wanted to see her on the floor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we gave.
And
that was fun for me.
I think that's why you see me still trying to hold on to it a little bit, because I think that's what these girls give. And another thing is, like, people called us out for LSS back then. Like, we were
something, basically they recognized.
Yes, we was being recognized back then. We had y'all like, oh, that's that little bitch that does this, and that's like, we was being recognized. These little girls don't be, they're only recognized, because no shade, these fights get when these girls post a fight on Facebook, they get over this many amount of shares and this much likes. They get life off of that. That's where they're getting their life at. Their life. That doesn't make it right. But that's where they get.
But that's where we separate. The whole topic come from. Where it's new generation versus old generation, because that's the new thing now.
They like
from reality shows. That's what
being able to fight and stand up on the table and punch a bitch in the, excuse my language, punch somebody in their face.
It's the new
where you get your life at. But back when we was really on the floor, like back in our day, we wanted to be on the floor. We was getting called out by recognized out of town people. You know what I'm saying? We was really getting, like, we was really traveling.
We got our looks together.
Yeah, we got our looks together. It was important to look a certain way, to have a certain aura, to look nice, to dress nice. Your nails better be done. Your lashes better be done. You better have an earring in. Your shoes better be on point. Like, that was the rules back in the day.
If we didn't like a girl, we proved that we were better.
That's what we proved it in a way where we didn't have to punch nobody in their face.
We didn't have to.
A quick comment from Lionel Brooks Jr. He thinks, I think it's important for folks with the huge social media platforms to use it to benefit it to a better our younger community. That's just a quick snippet he just did.
Yeah, I think that's true.
That's great. Who else said something? Hey, Jovi, thanks for adding. All the girls who is this? Janelle. That's another Janelle. Janelle Witherspoon.
Oh, that's her sister.
That's my sister.
That's your sister. What's she saying?
All the girls who act out are young, just want extra attention because that's the only attention they can get.
I agree.
And that's why other older girls don't step out anymore.
I agree. I agree.
I really wish, because
1,000%.
Thank you, sister.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've tried, and I'm still in the process of trying. But I see it's a lot of girls that I've met, even people that I've been, intimate with. They don't have the creative mindset and whatever the case is. A creative mindset that we have as far as applying that energy and putting it into something that could benefit you in the long run. You know what I'm saying? So I would ultimately like to figure out a way to redirect this negative energy that they have into something that could benefit them, because it's a lot of girls, they talk about being better, they talk about, oh, I'm this person and I'm that person, but they're not making an effort to really be the person that they trying to portray to be.
The girls really want to hear, you hear a lot of times, oh, I'm the baddest chick in the game, or I'm the baddest in the game. When you look at it, you can you could be the baddest chick in the game, just not a game for me. Like, I'm not playing this game with y'all. Like, I'm dead serious right now. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm dead serious. Like, you want to play this game, that's fun and game, that's all y'all, but that's what y'all competing for. You can be, I'm the baddest in the game, I'm the baddest in the game. What is y'all playing? Like, Uno, Monopoly, what game is this? I don't know. I'm not playing that game, so I don't take offense to that. But I really feel like the reason why the girls are out here fighting and carrying on, they're not busy enough. Like, I feel like you wake up and some of the girls drop out of school for what? You drop out of school to put a wig on your head, girl, you wear that same wig at school. Like, what is y'all doing?
And I'm not saying no names, but I've witnessed girls who went to a place to get their life together, went to REOC, went somewhere, and came back and got life for coming back. Like, these girls were like, oh, I dropped out because of this and that and the third, and these reasons are so now valid. Like, y'all come back because y'all want to go to the next Friday party. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all come back for these crazy reasons, and y'all don't set your mind to something that's going to be beneficial to your life, and it's really, really ridiculous. I mean, I help girls who want to be helped. Right. I don't try to force anything down anybody's throat. I'm done with that. Like I said, I'm going to be a part of the community to where it's not interfering with my life, and I'm going to influence anybody and all the girls to where it makes me comfortable. I'm not going to try to go out of my way to do something that is pointless, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to help who want to be helped. Like, I'm going to help who want to be helped, and that's just that.
Yeah. As far as me, I feel like I've tried to help girls, and it's, you know what I mean, it's a lot of girls, like you said, that don't
want to help.
They don't.
And they feel like they don't need your help. That's where I've been millions of times.
A lot of girls are proud. I don't.
We are way too proud.
I know, but we don't want to have a conversation that's simply just. It seems like we're kind of bashing the young.
No, we're not.
It's not about bashing. It's about what's really happening, like how people really respond. I know a lot of young girls. I've gotten to an argument with a girl that I've known for a long time because I would constantly try to beat something into her head.
You want to speak names?
Phoenix. Me and Phoenix were really close, and I still love Phoenix a lot because I'm going to always have that type of love for her. We're just not as close as we used to be, which is okay. People grow up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But we had a real, me and Phoenix would chill all the time, and I would constantly, like, say stuff to her that I didn't know was coming off offensive. I'll be like, girl, you need to do this, you need to be doing this, and I would kind of want her to do what I'm doing because we were so close and we came up together, and that was a big gap in our relationship. She was taking offense to that. Like, she didn't want to come around me and hear me preaching to her all the time. Like, you didn't want to hear that. So, like, that was kind of a big turning point for me where I got in my head, like, you know, I'm not going to try to stuff stuff down to people's throat anymore. That's not something that I'm interested in. If you want to do what you're going to do, I'm going to respect you for doing what you do. And we can be, I'm not going to stuff it down your throat. I'm not going to make you seem wrong because you don't go to school and you don't go to college and get straight. I'm not going to do that to you. I'm going to let you be you. Some people go to college when they're 30, and that's okay. Some people go when they're 27. Some people start their career and figure out what they want to do a little later in life. Just because I'm doing it young, every young person not going to do it the way I'm doing it. And I don't have to chastise or make someone feel like they got to do that.
And that's a great thing to bring up because I didn't graduate high school. I don't know if people know that. I had a lot of stuff going on top of that, coming out, being gay, and all the other stuff, dealing with my family as far as coming out, because my family was not receptive to it as soon as I decided that I wanted to be with men, and they weren't receptive to it. They had to grow. It had to grow on them, you know. But as far as coming out, it was a lot for me. So I dropped out of high school. I did get my GED and, you know, whatever, but, you know, I just encourage the girls to stay active, do something. Not everybody has to graduate high school. Not everybody has to graduate college. You know what I mean? We live in America, though. We live in America. Right. There's always ways out of no way. You know, I understand we do have people. It's reality for our community. We do have girls out here that work. You know what I mean? When I say work, I mean like use, you know, their bodies. Yeah, they use their bodies or whatever the case. I wouldn't encourage anybody to take that route. You know, I am supportive of the girls that give that, just to make sure that they're playing it safe. Just play it safe, do what you're gonna do. You know, not everybody is built the same. You know, not everybody is built the same in the head.
And I've learned that. Everybody's not gonna be doing things that you think is correct, but that don't mean it's not correct for their life at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's their life.
I just whatever if you're gonna do it, do it. You know what I'm saying? If that's gonna be your lifestyle, just make sure you do it. Price right. Do what you're gonna do.
Okay, get
whatever,
your coin.
you know what I mean? If you're gonna make a life of it, make a life of it.
Don't walk the streets and then sit here and take ridicule for it. Like, oh yes, so what? I'm like, that's the thing with the girls. Like, you're not comfortable in your own skin.
Don't be proud for that.
If you're gonna street
and protect yourself.
I respect people like
Prep, amp study, stuff like that. That's very important.
You can make some coins with amp study.
Yes, you really can, honey.
And for those of you that don't know about the amp study is what we do here at Rochester Victory Alliance. We're looking for volunteers from the ages of 18 and 50. that are HIV negative, and pretty much how I don't want to go into the science of it.
Men who have sex with men, and trans women and trans men who have sex with men. I don't know if you don't want to go through science, but basically it's a new way of looking to prevent HIV, and is using a powerful antibody that basically fights HIV. Just I want to make
when
it
you come into contact with it, but we are paying up to $2,500
over the course of 2 years.
Of the course of 2 years, if you join the study. So we are looking for volunteers. So please feel free to contact me, contact Jazzelle. You can contact Cody Gardner.
Cody Gardner, you can like us on Rochester Victory Lines and also inbox us on our Facebook page. Also like Spilling the Tea, which have you guys done? No, we haven't. Like us on Spilling the Tea Facebook page.
All of the girls in
Yes, God. Yes, God. I just want to add just one more thing, and I think Kwame is on here and has said it. He says that girls are going to girls who want to be helped are going to want to be helped. They're going to speak out and say it. But I feel like it's people who are in the community, who do community work, who at a more leadership status. I feel like it's important to me that I feel like it's my job, and it's not my personal job to be like a forefront, like to be a person to be there to help the girls and stuff like that. And I feel like that's.
And I think you do a good job at it.
Oh, thank you.
I really do. I've always known you. And known of you from being with Talia, but I've never got to know you personally, and that's probably been like in the past 3 or 4 years when I've really got to know you personally, and I think you play a big, important role in our community, and I think you're doing a good job at it.
Thank you, Paul.
Because a lot of girls, when they speak of your name, every girl that I've came in contact with gave you something positive and said something positive about you. It was really a good look, and you're doing a good job.
Thank you. So this has been an interesting show. You think that we could wrap it up?
This is a really good topic.
It is. I think we should have a part 2. You guys want to do another part 2?
I think we should do a part 2.
We should revisit this.
We should definitely visit. We definitely have a lot to say. You guys have a lot to say.
Maybe we'll add a girl to the roster.
It depends on
who it is.
We have a formal panel.
Maybe a new generation girl.
I like that. I got some girls that could come.
Someone young and fresh.
We should do a trans girl.
You think so?
Yeah. Huh? We should try either, if we want to go the interesting route, we can bring Kwanda on, because she's a very interesting.
Kwanda with the drama?
Kwanda with the drama.
I
know she'll do drama comment, give the girl.
That sounds
or,
like
we can get a new one.
My young girl Carly.
I like Carly Ray. Carly Ray is interesting.
But don't she get Meech now?
She's Meech now.
But she'll step back in.
Real quick. And we can try one of the newer girls, Ailani. I love her. It's one of the new.
I don't think I.
You don't know Ailani?
No, I don't think I.
She's a newer girl. She's really cute. We could get a cute newer girl.
I like Danielle. I really enjoy her.
I like Danielle.
I really enjoy her. I like her.
I really like her.
I like her.
I like her.
Yeah, she has good. She's a positive spirit.
Right.
Yeah, she
does.
I love her Benji. I love that Benji ghetto attitude.
It was so satisfying when she won at the ball, because she really deserved to win. She was really fishy. She came through, and she probably didn't even she probably didn't even expect to win. But when she won, it was just I'm glad she won. Right. Yeah, we should bring on a new girl.
I really like Kwanda. Oh, we were liking that idea.
Right, because Kwanda crazy. She
was crazy for that Kwanda. So thank you guys for tuning in.
This was
fun. To our guest, Talia, and our guest.
Stay tuned for our part 2. We got a part 2 coming.
Yes, God.
Maybe Peaches will give us a sample next time.
We can do a sample next time.
Next
time, I definitely got a sample for y'all from my new mixtape. It'll be out soon. But I'm going to have a real
title for that mixtape?
For my people.
Should we tell them now?
It's called For My People. Okay. I'm going to be having my mixtape release party around October, but the mixtape and videos and singles will be out in July. So stay tuned.
I love it. I love it. Also, make sure you guys go check out my page. I'm having an event. Black Crown Entertainment is having an event May 20th. It's called Cocktails and Couture. We're going to have, Peaches will be featured in it. We're going to have a fashion scene. I have a few artists, a few painters, a photographer showcasing his work. Angel White and Mike Gaden will be the hosts for the evening. It's an all-white with red affair. So you guys come out, network, showcase your businesses, showcase your talents, and it's going to be free mimosas and free champagne all night. So come turn up with us.
Snacks too, free food.
Free hors d'oeuvres. all night
I'm here
long.
for free.
What does that consist of? What
All
does the
night
free
long.
hors d'oeuvres consist of? It's
Oh,
not
we
crackers
got
and
Vegan
a
and blanket
things.
cheese.
right, or is it crackers and
Cucumber
cheese?
sandwiches. Like,
No,
What is it?
girl, there's gotta be substance.
what's
Bro,
wrong
what
with
is it gonna be?
Come
Little
stay
chicken-
tuned. Tickets are available at the Mocha Center and Exquisite Boutique. So go cop your ticket.
Support.
Yes, we'll definitely.
I'll see you guys there.
June 3rd, they asked me to host a day party and a ball in Buffalo, New York for their Pride. So I want to be hosting that event.
What day is June 3rd? It's like Saturday.
It's a Saturday.
Oh, I don't know, because I know Chris. Remember Chris Wilson? He's having an event in Philly that same weekend.
Really?
That same day, actually. He just talked to me about it. We just talked about it last night. He having an event that same day.
Why would you tell us?
Cause I'm a woman.
So I don't know.
He actually asked me to text it.
I can send you the flyer. He sent it to me
You
yesterday.
going to that event?
I'm thinking about it, but if you're gonna be in the buff, I'll be.
Right.
I mean, I swear with you. I don't know.
Wish
I'm not
you-
decided. I'm not decided about what it is.
Right,
I don't know.
figure it out.
So I
Figure it out.
pick my
Okay,
best
so,
guy.
because you know,
Yes,
Buffalo,
that
they
is-
get Bitcoin.
We have so much to talk about, honey. It's just sometimes, honey, the tea
just
just
running
runs
over,
over.
baby.
Going out all on the floor in your shoes.
So I'll
and
see you
stuff.
guys next week. We got some special guests for you
We have
next
a
week.
special
a
guest,
really
honey.
nice special guest
Oh,
next
yeah,
week.
tune
So
in next
tune
week.
in next week.
Please.
Definitely.
Tune in next week.
And Fire Part 2.
at 1 p.m. next Wednesday. I'll see you guys then.
Thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye.